Isaiah 47:9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, for the great abundance of thine enchantments. The media is used as enchantments, sorceries, to program the people with falsehoods and lies, and then rebuke those who bring truth. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. But they are seeing, you made bare. Verse 11. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Call halal Yahweh B'Hashem Hawashai, B'Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops, salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners among the heathen that look like the heathen. And to the Akwath that are listening and learning to you, I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago. Let's go to Jeremiah. Jeremiah 49:10, and it reads, But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. So, for years now, the mainstream media will scoff at what they call conspiratists or conspiracy theorists and all this other thing, and that you can find anything on the internet. And no, what's the problem is that you can find anything that's really not truthful on the mainstream media and in textbooks when they purposely have printed lies and teach lies and deceit, right? Because that's the problem. This whole country and this whole history of this country, the whole history of the so-called white man is all a fraudulent lie. And books that were written by them going back 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 300 years ago, tells a different story and a different, narrative of what is going on today. And we live in the information age. As simple as that. All right. So when a book that's read from 150 years ago, or information is printed into a book from 200 or 300 years ago, 500 years ago, and that history is tells you a story, and then you realize that, wait a minute, the narrative that I've been taught, that's not true. It can't be true. And then you find that there are other sources that matches up with that history. But when that is brought to the forefront, they'll say it's fake news, fake history. You're stealing our heritage. You're stealing our history. You have none of your own. No, well, when they say that, they're really speaking of themselves. All right. So is the king. So is the people. So let's let some of this play.
Unbelievable amount of fake images and videos being spread, not only on social media, but also by legitimate news outlets. I even made the mistake myself here on Rising on Friday when I stated I was impressed with Zelensky getting into full military gear to fight on the front lines. Turns out that was an image from last April. I fell for it. I apologize. Bild, a political news outlet in Germany, shared a video of what looked to be a horrific bombing by the Russians in Kiev. The footage was from a 2015 chemical explosion in Tianjin, China. Newsmax used a photo of a crying older woman standing in front of her devastated home with the caption, "The current devastation in Ukraine." But the photo was from 2015. An Italian news broadcast used footage from the video game War Thunder when talking about the war in Ukraine.
Wow.
No doubt viewers seeing a rain of missiles were horrified.
So, That's amazing. That's simply amazing that that sort of thing goes on. Trying to get it to go back. I don't know what just happened there. Unbelievable amount of fake images. Using images from video games, images from other conflicts and wars that happened, years ago, and putting it on the news. These people this is some low down dirty people, man. Let's play this one.
So guys, ask yourself if it can be any more clear. Number one, where's Dr. Fauci? Number two, Dr. Fauci told us it was a natural virus when it wasn't. He told us it didn't escape from the lab in China when it did. He told us that we didn't fund the Wuhan lab when we did. He told us no gain of function was happening when it was. Now we jump over to the Ukraine. They told us there are no biolabs in the Ukraine. There are. They said, well, they're not U.S., which they are. They're saying, well, they're not what you think they are. But now Russia is saying that they have them, and they have definitive, undeniable proof of the bioweapons labs in the Ukraine. And now Jen Psaki is saying that we have to watch out for a biological attack from Russia. You're not drawing any parallels at all, or having any skepticism at all, or any doubt, or any questions? You're just rolling with the narrative. Okay?
So the prices of food are gonna go up. The chains have been broken. The food supply chains, and it's obvious to me that this is all being done purposely. And we have a government and that's ran by a people who will lie straight faced, and then demonize you for telling the truth, or demonize an individual so that they have an excuse to do things. So, they're telling a one-sided story, and I am in no way whatsoever supporting Putin. At the end of the day, middle finger to him too. But the point, but you got to call, a spade, and if it's not apparent to you that they're controlling the narrative when it comes from this side, for excuses to move forward with their plans. Right, this is a house divided. These people, these Edomites are divided against each other, on every scale. Within this country, outside of this country, geopolitically, alliances are being made and alliances are being broken, and it's all going to lead to this upcoming Third World War. Let's get. Matter of fact, we can play this again. Why not? Because this is a good question. He said, number one, where is...
It can be any more clear. Number one, where's Dr. Fauci? Number two, Dr. Fauci told us it was a natural virus when it wasn't. He told us it didn't escape from the lab in China when it did. He told us that we didn't fund the Wuhan lab when we did. He told us no gain of function was happening when it was. Now we jump over to the Ukraine. They told us there are no biolabs in the Ukraine. There are. They said, well, they're not U.S., which they are. They're saying, well, they're not what you think they are. But now Russia is saying that they have them, and they have.
And you know what? And now the piles of injuries. I just got an
proof of the.
Hold on, see if I can find it. Where did it come from? Who sent that to me? Yeah. See if I can bring this before the camera. This is from the Defender. All right. Thailand paid $45 million in that what you see on the screen. To injuries from the treatment. All right. From the treatment. And so we're looking at something where the treatment was, probably more dangerous than the actual thing. Well, so it seems. I don't want to get hit with a medical anything, because everything that's been propagated here is their own information. So I don't want to say anything. Let you just read it for yourself. But I just watched a video with a nurse complaining about her. See if I can find it. If I can go back and find it. Where was that? Oh boy, I got a lot of stuff in here saved to watch later to do lessons on. It's a lot happening, man. It's a lot happening. Matter of fact, let me go hit that now. Salakia. I went looking for something and found something else. I just want to hit this to save to later so I can come back and address that. All right, and so it wasn't on that channel. Bear with me for a moment. I'm just trying to find a video that I watched earlier with the nurse complaining about her injuries and how she's angry. Yeah, there it is. She's very angry. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's see if I can pull this up on the big screen here. So, oh, there it is. First one.
So I'm so mad. I have to make a part 2 to this whole hip thing and COVID vaccine thing. Why am I mad? I'm mad because I sat through this high pressure sales pitch from executives from pharmaceutical companies on why I had to have this vaccine in January of 2020, 2021. And it literally felt like one of those condo presentations where they pressure you into buying something because you really have to have it. And anytime you are pressured into getting something, there are just red flags everywhere. And as a nurse with critical thinking skills, it set off alarm bells for everybody on my staff. But I felt like it was my responsibility as a nurse to do this, despite the fact that I didn't want to be a guinea pig. And that's what I felt like, because we had to sign paperwork saying that they could follow us for 2 years. Mind you, in these 2 years, not once have I heard from them, being in this group of followed patients. And here I am, 14 months into all of these issues, medical issues, post-vaccine medical issues. And I'm angry. Why am I angry? I'm angry because I'm tired of being victim shamed. I'm tired of being told these side effects are rare. I'm tired of being told...
Victim shamed. You hear that? She's being victim shamed for getting sick from something that she was coerced into doing.
That it was still my obligation to do this because the risk of COVID is so severe. And I'm not going to sit here and argue and take away from those people who've had severe COVID disease or those who have died. My family has been affected by COVID as well. And I'm a nurse. I get it. But that is still not an acceptable argument for a vaccine that may potentially be causing injury. When every specialty clinic I go to, including one ER visit where an ER doctor came and pulled me aside to talk to me about her mother having identical symptoms to mine post-vaccine.
Wow.
Is telling me that they are scratching their head trying to deal with post-vaccine reaction cases. Not post-COVID, post-vaccine reaction cases, and they're struggling to manage them. And I live in a community of less than 200,000 people. Do the math. How is that rare when they're saying they don't know what to do with these cases? And I go to the doctor yet again for what I assume is an unrelated issue. And I'm told, no, there's a good chance that this is vaccine related. I'm not even the one who brought it up. Yes, I'm tired. I'm pissed. I'm angry. I'm angry at being victim shamed.
And angry at being victim shamed. And see, this is one of the things that's going to make the people turn, all right? Because like you said, Thailand paid out 45 million. America has paid out 0. All right, so these people got super wealthy, you know, these people with these drug companies. And, well, what did you get? Well, you got hurt. You got sick. This is Job 13:4. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value. All right, of no value. Let's get one more scripture, because this is going to help lead up to the purge, you know, to that madness in the streets of America. So, you know, I had to be careful, make sure I didn't say anything, let them say it. And it's amazing, and I wouldn't be shocked if this video gets removed or I get a strike for it. and the videos that simply because the biblical references that I'm adding to it. But these videos with this information will still remain up. These videos will remain up, but they'll put a strike on mine, or on my channel, or remove the video. All right, but let's go to what was it gonna get? Oh yeah. 16 or 15. Let me see. Let's go with 15. That's a good one though. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So, along with the fact of the shortage of food and all the madness that's going to come from that, the anger from people who've lost family members and friends, wives, daughters, sons, and you know how Esau get down, man. These so-called white people, when they go on a rampage, they shooting everybody. When they go to the office, the secretary, everybody dying until they got no more rounds, and then if they got one left, they'll use it on themselves instead of facing justice afterwards. Or they may try to go out in a blaze of glory with the cops or something, that death by cop. All right, but you best believe these things are coming. It's happening. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna give all praises, all honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, Wa Abba Babal, Kwam Yasarala, Shalom.